Hello guys, today we will learn how to make this kind of animation, which is cloth based animation. We will be using very simple steps to get this balls revolving animation. You can change some settings and get some good results just like this. So let's start by deleting the cube first. We'll take a icosphere, increase the subdivision to 4 or 5 depending on your system. You can make it higher or lower. Normally I will place the camera in one fixed position, then I will move it according to the need of the project. Let's change the resolution to a square, then let's give it a rigid body property. So this will be active, and let's leave it at default everything. Now we will duplicate the icosphere to some numbers and also resize some of them just to make sure all of them doesn't just to make sure all of them are not the same size, and we'll place it randomly. Now let's add a force field and give it the strength of negative 950. So what this will do, the force field will keep the rigid body attracted towards itself. Okay, now let's remove the gravity from the entire scene. So now the balls, the icospheres are attracted towards the force field, but I want to give it like some random movement. So for this we will create a torus, and you can choose the different settings or the size for this torus. I'll go with this size and settings, and then I'll make one more, a bigger than this. Now I will give it a rotation value for the torus, so that it keeps on rotating throughout the scene. I'm just moving the icospheres from intersecting with the torus. Now let's reset the location and scale of the objects. So now, yeah, I'll set the torus to rigid body, but passive and check animated. Also check the shape to be mesh. Now if you play, nothing's gonna happen because we didn't add the rotation to the torus. So now I will add the rotation to the torus. Let's save the file first. I already made one before making the tutorial. Okay, so let's give rotation to the torus. I will rotate this along x-axis. So type as frame and divide by certain number of angles. So I'll write here 20, and yeah, you can see it's moving. So now, sorry, rotating. Now we will do the same for the second torus, but now we will give it a value of like 15. Okay, so one is rotating along x-axis and the other is rotating along y-axis. So now we will go to scene properties and bake the entire simulation. You can set the number of frames to 100, 200. So I'm going here default on 250 frames. So now you can see everything interacting with each other. I think it's okay. We will not be needing torus anymore. I'm hiding here, but I'll delete this. Okay, you can see the center icosphere is not having much movement, so what I'll do is I will move it little bit, yeah, upward on the G direction, and yeah, move them up so that it has some space to uh, interact or move during the simulation. So I will, yeah, reset the scale, sorry, location, and I'll bake again. Okay, let's see now. Okay, yes, the center icosphere is also moving and rotating, so yeah, hiding the torus again. I think we're good to go with this simulation for now. I'll delete this torus because we don't need it anymore. And now what we will do is we will select all of the icosphere, go to object and rigid body and bake to keyframe. I don't want to keep the simulation data, so I'll just get rid of data and I'll change it to keyframes instead. So I can also get rid of the force field. I'll delete it. So we have keyframed icospheres. Okay, I delete the bake from the simulation. Now we will add a sphere which will act as a cloth for us. I will increase the segments and rings. You can set it higher or lower depending on your scene. So I will set a little bit higher, more, yeah, and place all the icospheres inside of this sphere, which is going to be our cloth. Place it on the inside. You can check from the other view also if all the icospheres are inside of the sphere. I think it's okay. So let's go to the physics property and we will assign it cloth, and I'll rename it cloth. Yeah, before this we should give all the icospheres collision property, and I will reduce the thickness, outer thickness, to 0.03. So I'll give this sphere a cloth property and I'll change it to cotton preset, and I will check pressure, and let's keep it like -50, and then I think it's a bit higher, so let's give it -10, and we'll go to gas, no, we'll go to collisions, and yeah, give it the distance of collision to 0.003 and quality increase to 5. Also check self collision, give the distance value of 0.003, and let's check how it turned out. So as you can see, the resolution on the sphere is not quite well, and the icosphere is coming out of the seam from the cloth. So we will decrease the pressure to -5, and yeah, increase the quality steps to like 10. Also let's let's go to edit and subdivide it one step as some more polygons to get a good result. Let's bake it. So let's check how's the result now. I think it's pretty good. Let's set it to smooth shade. I think it's good now. Yeah, give it a smooth shade. Yeah, and then let's go to give it a subdivision of like 2. Yeah, I think it's good. Yeah, I think we're done with the simulation part. So yeah, you can go to now. I have installed this Blender Kit add-on, which is very handy on getting like materials, even the 3D models. You can go with the free account and get so many free stuff on this add-on.